Good evening, everyone. I wanted to appear in a puff of smoke. Wanted to do tonight, Ragz. I'm going to be Jack.
You should have half an hour ago. I had a big green cloud in front of me.
Oh yeah. So what happened to you earlier? Explain to people what happened to you earlier.
Oh, my sugars went down.
Yeah, and you tripping. You started to trip.
So started to get fucking really, really weird. So bit of Lucozade and I'm ready to rain. So
yeah, what do you have? The little tablets or the proper drink?
Proper drink.
Yeah, it gets into your system quick, doesn't it? The old glucose from that. My old man always had a bottle under the sink and the tablets as well, the old dextrose tablets.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, well, we've got to make sure that you keep on top of that, Raggy.
We have a fairly good show on tonight. We were supposed to have Bootneck's away on a romantic weekend with his wife.
He's gone to Colorado, and I was like, no, he's gone to Denver in Colorado, and I was like, what's in Denver? And he just put back loads of breweries, and I went, all right, no worries, take my money. I imagine as well if it's in Colorado, you're going to be brewing with the old mountain water from the old Rockies.
Yeah,
it's probably some decent old ale, I imagine. Yeah, who we got in there? Mr. Craig, good evening. 42, good evening.
Spanish Chicken, Picking Jazz, Otto's in. Steve Shaw's in.
I'm glad Otto's changed his name. He's the all-seeing Otto now, isn't he?
Anglo-Saxon. Did I say 42? Emma G's in. Adopted Ulster lady. Adopted daughter of Ulster.
Have you just seen that this is on? Because it's flipping freezing in Northern Ireland right now. It was -1 when I went to work yesterday. So yeah, there's some context for this. It's actually like a Taliban thing.
Yeah. I have all that.
Where it's a little bit of a neckerchief.
We call it balaclava. So I do have some interesting clips. There's a lot of stuff coming out of Ireland at the minute. There is.
We talk about that later, but I definitely feel there's more of a pushback from the people over here to what's going on with the sort of implantation of illegal immigrants just being thrown, just scattered across the country with no thoughts to any local residents or industry or tourism or anything like that keeps the country turning. But yeah, there's a bit of pushback in Ireland, which is good to see. And these people aren't afraid of being tarred with all the brushes that the left want to throw at them for sticking up for their own communities. They've been through the ringer, quite recently. The people of the island of Ireland, as they say, and
it's the same thing. It's the same thing in Britain. There is the Irish Freedom Party, and then there's the Irish something party, and they're right-wing parties. They want the Irish, and a lot of them do them very much like PA. They do the banner drops and the stickers, on the posters.
Was it the Irish National Party? Are they part of it?
Irish National Party, that's the one.
Well, they were involved in a story last weekend, weren't they?
Yes, and the Irish.
We haven't. Don't think you've mentioned that because you had a pretty short stream last week because you were poorly, didn't you?
Yeah, the Irish Freedom Party. What did you call that fella?
It was the hotel. It was up here, wasn't it? It was Fermanagh. Hotel in Fermanagh, wasn't it?
Yes, you are correct.
They were having an annual conference.
Yes, they were attacked.
And who bussed themselves in? Who organised and bussed themselves in?
No, the Irish
Dublin.
The Irish did a video on that.
Antifa.
Which he actually advertised on social media.
They did.
And he was, I'm not special.
Yeah, there was that woman who with the Where's Wally legs, who said, can anyone arrange a minibus for this Sunday? Asking for a friend. But yeah, they got their asses handed to them by all accounts. And they were the people. They were the people that were arrested as well.
And that was it. Loch Earn. Yeah. Cheers, 42. I knew it was something like that. Loch Earn.
Oh, is that not in Fermanagh?
It is, but no, it's Loch Earn. Where is Loch Earn? It's like a big stately place. It's been there for years. The fella, I'm sitting down here looking like a midget compared to you. Right, I'm putting out a plea for a taller wheelchair.
Get you some cushions.
Oh.
What I'll do is I'll weld a bit more metal on the back, and then we'll get you some cushions and just raise you up slowly.
Oh.
Come round, we're going to pimp your... we'll get Exhibit to come pimp your wheelchair.
Pimp my wheels. No, this has got reflectors on the wheels.
We'll get some alloy wheels on it. Oh, it already is aluminium, so you've already won there.
So...
do you want some of those spinners on your wheels? So when you stop, the spinners keep spinning. You'll look so fly.
Oh, very nice, Steve. I bet you're thrilled with that.
Steve, could you write back and tell us how big your village is, without sort of doxing or anything like that? Just so we get some perspective of how many. Is that 150? My screen's a bit small. Is it 150 bags?
Yeah, 150 followers.
150, and what kind of impact that will have on your village? Like, we saw this stuff with that name of that place is going to bypass me now.
Yeah, we covered that. That's them middle class people that's not in my backyard. They don't give a fuck if it's in the slums in Liverpool or Manchester or whatever.
I'm aware of that, mate. Yeah. Fucking latte leftists.
Yes. Just as long as it's not in my village. My sleepy village, a single church and a single shop and
NIMBYs.
Yeah. So, but did he get back to us? Where did he? Steve didn't get back to us. So
the big news this morning I woke up to was that God Emperor's back on Twitter.
Yeah, he's back on Twitter. Hold fire. Sensen is all at half 8 on his channel on the night by himself because something went wrong with DJ.
Did he malfunction?
He malfunctioned. He went.
He didn't download the latest software.
He did sound a bit robot-y last night on 42. But I was sitting there listening and I was asking the chat, is it me or is it his voice?
Did you think you were having one of your diabetes episodes and it was all sounding strange?
No, because I could hear 42 clear as a bell, that's sort of. And he started off and he was nice and smooth. And then the last of his sentence, it went.
So, God Emperor, they've reinstated his account. He started again on 0 followers, but I think it's already well over 1 million by the time I checked the story this morning. And but apparently he's not coming back to tweet. He won't be active on there, and I think that's probably got something to do with the fact that he might have an exclusivity contract with his own company.
Yeah, it's exclusive to his own channel. There was another thing that came out that Ron DeSantis might be running for president. He might have an electoral ticket on the thing. And who covered it this morning? Was it PJW? Just went through his history on the WEF, and he ain't a fan. Now, I remember Trump spoke at the WEF, and he told them, not on my watch, No. Ron
DeSantis did a video. I think you're getting confused. Ron DeSantis, there was a speech he did, and he said the World Economic Forum's ideals they will be dead on arrival when they get to Florida. He was against it.
Yeah, but a couple of years ago, when Trump went to Davos, he told them it was a no-go. It's not happening.
Right, okay.
Why do you think?
I haven't seen any evidence personally about Ron DeSantis being a West Ham. I've only seen him tell him that they won't be welcome in Florida. Nothing that they try and put through will happen in Florida.
I do a bit like 42 does. I would go to different sites and look at different things. And the number 10 YouTube channel. Yeah, remember that? I seen that. Yes, I've seen that. I think I have that to show Mouse Hat. It's in
Hey,
Italian.
Mouse Cat, mate. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Hope you and the wife are well.
It has subtitles.
See ya.
He's holding up the picture of the wee black cat down the gold mine. And it's a hole about this size. With this tiny wee black cat going down this hole, hoping for gold. Funded by the French.
What, Georgia Maloney's exposing their duplicitous hypocrisy, are they? Is she?
Oh, yes.
It's interesting. She's already sort of trying to get. I don't know if she has been successful, but she's already trying to get the Russian gas flowing back to Italy, so their elderly people don't freeze this winter.
Yeah.
But I think the EU will try and stop her every.
But the latest came out there. They removed. They had student nurses and junior nurses in a hotel close to hospitals, so they could all be sent out to the different hospitals.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And they put them all out of the hotel for the refugees.
Where?
They're all dancing on TikTok and all. Refugees are welcome here, blah blah. Because most of the NHS now are on leftist twats. Yeah.
Where was this? Where was this?
Somebody had it on YouTube.
Yeah, but what country?
England.
Oh wow! Kick nurses out.
Mm-hmm.
Now there has been some pushback. I saw some stuff in the week. A couple of hotels
Yes.
have I think one was. Where was that one? It was a bloody good letter they wrote as well, or statement, just saying like we were offered silly money for the next 12 months or whatever it is, over £1 million, but we had to lay off load of local people who work for us, and it's just, we understand that these kind of actions have such a negative impact on a community, and I think they were in a tourist. Maybe it was it's on the tip of my tongue then. Skegness.
Yes.
One was Skegness, which is as far as England goes, it's a touristy place, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't think you can do that, can you? That's a racist.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. The ADL don't like it, but they're idiots, so don't worry about them.
I'm a lazy racist.
But yeah, they said it's not going to happen because we're not going to fire a load of people who work for us. We're not going to let down over.
They want people, staff in. They want their own staff in. The staff for security guards that weren't born here can hardly speak a word of English. We see the videos all the day,
So there'll be Serco, G4S,
the cooking
government
staff,
contractors.
The cooking staff are halal staff. Even though 2 years ago the British government banned all halal slaughter, and what's the other one? What's the kosher slaughter in England? Yet you can still buy halal meat.
Does that mean it's imported?
It's probably imported from France. All KFC's halal, apparently.
Yeah, all KFC's halal. Subway don't sell any pork. Even their turkey's made from. Even their ham's made from Turkey, and their salami's made from Turkey.
Yeah.
I don't eat that fucking grot anyway. I can't stand the smell of those Subway shops. They've all got the same acrid, pungent smell. It smells like toddlers have been sick in their shops. It's disgusting.
Steve Shaw, if there's a way you can get that to me, I'll share it in the chat with you. If you're on Telegram or hold on, better still. If I acknowledge you, you can stick it in the chat.
You trying to break the record for the channel with most mobs?
No.
You just love handing out a wrench, don't you?
No, I don't.
You're a wrench giver.
I forget who I give them to, you see, and then freaking think to myself, God,
Fucking monkey wrench.
Na, 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 monkey wrench.
I have appealed my Twitter ban. It's over 2 years now. I think I've been banned, but I've appealed it again. So let's see under Elon's watch. I probably won't.
Just make up one. Just make up one.
Yeah, I know. I'm just a procrastinator.
Oh, you've gone all freaking what do you call it now? I'm a procrastinator, vicious synthesizer. Nice. I've said, just in case. Oh, it was Pax said he was coming on. We're going to get him on for 15 minutes or so. See what's going on in his world. He hasn't been online in ages.
Oh no, he's he can't make it. He can't make it online. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that.
But that's what he's saying there.
Oh, is it?
So anyway, folks, I'm going to kick you off with a bit of light-hearted humour and a real funny one that'll give your tickles your sides a tickle. This is one that mate sent me the day. You ready?
Hi, it's Gerald Porsche 61. Dickens Beverage Company has been producing some of the best wines we have grown, including Chardonnays and sparkling wines. Hey, Frederick Von Dickens has now introduced a brand new cider that's been around for years, but is gradually making an impact on the global market. And it started right here on the Gold Coast. Dickens is slowly winning the taste buds of millions of cider drinkers from right around the world. And after sampling just one glass, I was hooked. I knew the ciders had been around for a while, but I just couldn't wait for my girlfriend to try a Dickens cider. When she arrived home from work, I told her to close her eyes, and before she knew it, I surprised her with a Dickens cider. I'm sure that there are many men out there who know of a woman that debilitating migraine that could really benefit from a Dickens cider. So I'm urging all men to turn to their women folk and ask, when was the last time they had a Dickens cider?
I can't begin my day until I've had a Dickens cider.
There's nothing better than waking up to a good old Dickens cider.
My girlfriend loves Dickens ciders. My sister came to stay with us for a month, and my husband couldn't go a day without the Dickens cider.
My girlfriend loves a Dickens cider.
My mum loves the Dickens cider.
My sister loves to wake up in the morning with the Dickens cider.
I'm a bit young, but I would love to try a Dickens cider.
So there you have it. For over 150 years, Frederick Von Dickens has developed a beverage that literally brings women to their knees. So fellas, for the sake of the economy, get a Dickens cider.
Yeah, very good. Very Australian.
Definitely.
Works with the accent, doesn't it? A Dickens cider. Dickens cider. Get a Dickens cider. Oh, yeah. While we talk about that, the unofficial sponsor for tonight's show is Smithwick's Irish Red Ale.
Bonnie lads getting unofficial sponsors like so. Or official sponsors, so why can't we?
Bonnie Lad's got an official sponsor?
Oh, well, he says it's an official sponsor.
Oh, right, okay. I actually thought he might have had one then. I was like, who?
Mrs. Packer approves the Dickens cider.
Good luck with that, Packer. Hope you got a few bottles.
I had so much stuff to show you tonight because I knew we weren't getting thingy on. Matt?
Well, let's just say, just give people a heads up. He's on Bootneck's on next week now.
Yeah.
Then the following week it's Toller 3. I've got to think of a witty tagline for that, yeah. Then the following week after that, potentially it's you on your Jack Jones, but then I think the week after that, it might be the week after that. Anyway, we're doing like a Christmas party show where we're going to have guests who've been on.
We wanted to do a Christmas stream where we got people on for 15, 20 minutes.
10, 15 minutes. People who've been on, past guests, come on. Come and have a chat with us. Tell us what their plans are.
See what's going on in their lives.
Yeah. Ragz, you're going to wear a Christmas hat, aren't you?
Yeah. That's a big weight.
Just to separate it from all the other streets.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, no. How do we know it's Christmas stream, Ragz? Like, I've got a bit of tinsel around my cock.
So. Caffrey's. I never liked that Caffrey's. It was too good. Caffrey's.
And you had Beamish as well, wasn't it? Beamish, Murphy's.
Was Caffrey's not the really, really creamy one?
Yeah, I think it was. It used to look like cream coming out the tin, didn't it?
It was like sweetening, sickening sort of taste of it.
Do they even still make it?
Probably do.
I don't think I've seen that in a long time. Not even in a off-sale shop.
When I lived in Bangor, on the Clandy Boy Road, there used to be this big.
You said Bangor.
Bangor. Probably still there. And it was the size of a supermarket, but it didn't sell any food or anything. It just sold fucking stuff from around the world. You know, all this alcohol. And they had, what was it, Colt 45s. And
Colt 45, wow, yeah.
Well, 4X, main 4X Australian.
Yeah. Well, that used to be sold like quite, like you had those beers that were like really like pissy weak beers, like Skull.
Mm-hmm.
4X was one of them as well, wasn't it?
But they had the brother used to drink all them stouts and English things like Dog's Bollocks and Rusty Nail and all these different dark bottles. And I think they're like tiny wee breweries in England.
Yeah.
The Discord. I signed up to Discord for sharing stuff with Simon. Don't know why, because I've got his bloody telephone number. I have him on WhatsApp, but I was sharing stuff on his stream. But I'm not sharing that much stuff, but I still get this Discord coming up going bing, cling, cling. I don't know how to turn off the notifications. Trooper, that's the one with the Trooper's the one with Iron Maiden on the side.
Yeah, that's Bruce Dickinson's beer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
not David Dickinson.
Oh look, royalty in, Mrs. Me in it.
Two dogs. That was Lemonade, wasn't it?
No.
That was the first of the alcopops, I'm sure.
There was a Japanese one called no, it was a native.
No, that's a Korean beer, and that's just the menu. That's just what's for dinner tonight. 2 dogs. And not hot dogs either. Actual dogs.
Oh, we're right. Where are we going now?
You know what? I had my tooth out. Not last Wednesday, the Wednesday before. I had a wisdom tooth out, and yeah, it's still really bloody sore. Woe is me story for you there. So I was meant to be making dinner tonight, but I'm getting takeout instead now. And do you know what I'm getting? Rishi Sunak's favourite food. Got it.
Huh?
Got it.
Curry.
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 Curry. Here we go. Here, Raquel, guess who we run into? Curry.
I was on YouTube and I said, not my Prime Minister. I said, I didn't vote for him. I said, I don't know anybody else that did. Oh, he was voted in, this person comes on, but he was voted in by the Conservative. I said, no, he was voted in by the Cabinet. The Conservative Party didn't have a vote. And he was a plant. But Oh,
Well, there was a coup. It was essentially a coup, wasn't it? I mean, I thought she was fucking useless as well. Yeah, you know, but
this is what I don't get.
it wasn't the West person. It wasn't the globalist person, so she couldn't exist.
Hi, but yeah, belong to that there. Copy that.
That's the European Court of Human Rights, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tied into that bullshit. We've left Europe only in name.
But there's a law back from 17 years ago that says we don't have to accept entry for anybody under any convention. And it's still written in British law. And the guy done a video on the other day, and it was very interesting. He says, you notice how the government sort of skip across laws that they had actually implemented for their own agenda. You know, hence the nurses being freaking booted out.
Did you see, talking about like ineffective world leaders, did you see Justin Trudeau get absolutely BTFO'd by Xi Jinping the other day? Like, he walked out of that room like a little boy who needed to go and do diarrhea in the toilet.
Probably not a Joe Biden.
Yeah. Fucking, oh man, it's these so-called despots and that they couldn't be having a better time, could they? With the leaders in at the moment.
Right, anyway, what else have we got?
You're getting sidetracked by the chat bar, are you?
Yeah, this is why Danger has two screens. He can see both screens. I'm sort of going here and here from the phone.
Well, with your vision at the moment, you've got two screens, haven't you?
I've got fucking four.
That's before the gym gets poured in.
Yeah. Right. What have we got here? Oh, yeah, this one. I like this one. So everybody in the chat will like this too.
It looks like one of your lot, Ragz. It's like one of your Viking brothers.
That's what I was thinking. Very Viking looking.
Yeah. So what event is that then? That's like I've not. Is that some sort of?
It looks like one of them things Dangerfield watches. What do you
Well,
call it?
Was it? They were just in gloves.
They didn't look like gloves. They just looked like pads.
That's what I'm saying. They weren't in boxing gloves. They were just like.
No, they're the fingerless gloves with the
Yeah.
pad on the back thing. That's what that's.
With hay bales around the. You can't get more Route 1 than that, can you?
You see this one? Chocolate drop. Chocolate dropped. No, it's definitely not me. I haven't got the hairline. So, I'm not Ginger. Apparently, gingers are really, really hot in bed.
Fire crotch.
I think you get a cream for that, or an injection.
That's what they used to call that Lindsay. That was Lindsay Lohan's nickname, wasn't it, in Hollywood? Fire crotch, because she used to give everyone a dose.
Still with the ears jokes. I never let that one down. Right, let's get on to the theme this evening. Where is it?
We got a theme.
We have a theme.
Just let me know.
Do you want to do the Irish Get first, or do you want to do the Irish News first?
I'll get a choice, do I? All right, let's do the Irish News. I wish we had a little sting for that. The Irish News. Can you work on that, Rag?
Yeah, I have some late. Which one's this one? Oh yes, right, okay. I have these lined up in a list down the side here.
Excuse me, what's happening here? What's happening here? Excuse me, I am a resident here. I want to know what's going on. What's your name?
What's something to do with me?
I'm asking you a question though. What's going on here? Yeah, but this is an office block. This is an apartment or a hotel.
It's the government. This is the government doing this.
But then it's okay for residents, is it? These aren't Ukrainians. Now, there's not one woman and child on this bus either. Not one woman and child. All men. All men. There's kids and everything in these apartments. Not one of them are vetted.
I just cut that one short because you can see what's going on.
That's like when I genuine refugees, like when you were younger, a genuine refugee, if you saw like a picture of them on the news, they would be emaciated, bruised, battered, dirty. The clothes were threadbare on them. These guys just look like they've stepped out of a fashion wall.
The thing is, but
they've all got fucking wheel-along cases.
You listen to the word towards the end of that video. You can't really make it out, but I've watched it several times, and I did catch it out. And your boys waving and smiling at it and going, "We're here for a good time. We're here for a good time." You know, I thought to myself, "Fuck me." And the only thing was, there was only one wee woman there recording that. Where's all the men? You know,
getting ready for the World Cup.
I don't get that.
Ooh, sports ball.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what the chat think of that. I'm just going to nip back to the chat and see what they're thinking. You can feel the enrichment.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's going to end well for the people who live in that vicinity.
Yeah, but there's that village we were talking about. I had it lined up for last week. I forgot to do it this week. A village of 362 people in Ireland receiving 3,000 refugees in a camp outside the village. A purpose-built.
Where's this? Is this south?
South Ireland.
Do you know what? I was just about to try and drink a candle.
You're that flustered.
Yeah, that. Listen, this stuff is rage fuel to me, but it's important that people see it. Because you can't deny this. You can. You don't have to believe your lying eyes. But and no one in this chat, no one in this watching this now thinks that this is a good thing. I almost guarantee it, unless you've got a rogue agent in there. But you can't. I think it's going to be so difficult to reverse any of this.
Oh, it's who came out with it the other day? ABC 123. There's somebody new. Welcome. Yeah, it is pathetic. They have their own homelands, but the wee Italian woman put that to bed in her interview on the telly, showing up the pictures of all the businesses that are owned in South Africa by the French and the Germans and freaking everybody else. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, that's the main thing with these people is the hypocrisy, isn't it? It's going out to things like COP27 and telling you got to pay £1 billion to Pakistan and this, that, and the other, all flying over and you're not allowed to go on a holiday anymore, or you've got 15-minute zones in this district in Oxford and that, all the while eating meat and flying fucking private jets, you know? And they want you to. Here's a thing for you, Ragz. I said this to you the other night. I said, why do vegans who say they hate meat so much want to eat stuff that looks and tastes like meat?
Yeah.
It's
Just eat the meat. It's pathetic.
pay good money to watch me drink a candle. You're a pervert, Mrs. Me in it. One word for you.
We called you out, Mrs. Me in it. You're a pervert.
Yeah, we found you're a candle fetishist. And if you want to see me do that, Mrs. Me in it, you only need to sign up for my OnlyFans.
Yeah. Oh, no. Harold gets it. Not even a shot been fired. But you can't. Yeah, Steve, that's a nice one. I enjoy that repatriation, not reparations. Send them off.
They all, but they look very similar, those words, but one means so much more than the other.
Mm-hmm. There's Harold points out the refugee. The UN definition of refugee is when your homeland is safe, you go back there and rebuild your own life again.
Their homelands are safe. They shouldn't be leaving them in the first place.
Yes.
Only to go on holiday.
Yeah. And they're sitting on TikTok. The Ukrainians are sitting on TikTok, videoing themselves flying across to Ukraine to visit family, going out partying at night in this massively war-stricken country where everything's blowing up every 3 seconds. And they're out, the disco lights is going and they're all boogieing away. And then they're flying back to England and getting back in their digs. Which were
Zelensky took an even fucking low. He's lower than a snake's belly anyway. But the other day, when he knew that missile was a misfired Ukrainian missile, and he still sat there and told everyone it was a Russian missile.
Yeah.
Dangerous, man.
No, he is. But he's a puppet. He literally is a puppet. The coup that the Americans and the British government.
The Maidan coup, 2014. Azov Battalion were a big part of that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the phone call with Victoria Nuland, essentially just telling Ukraine who their next government's going to be made up of.
Yeah, that's just so we can get another.
So Europe become reliant on America for liquefied natural gas.
Yeah, but they can also get another NATO base facing Russia on its border. And at the end of the Cold War,
I think the fossil fuel aspect of it was far more important for the Americans. I think that's why they keep funding it. They've asked for another 37 billion. What happened to the first 40? It's quite hard to spend 40 billion, I imagine.
But before Biden became president, who was he freaking doing deals with his son?
Yeah. Burisma. Was it Burisma, that gas company?
Yeah, nobody mentions that.
10% to the big guy.
Do you think he's going to get investigated? Do you think he's going to get impeached? One on the chat.
I hope so. I hope it's some fairness in it. They essentially what he did when he said, they wanted £1 billion, and I said, well, if that public prosecutor's still in a job, you ain't getting the money. So very next day, he was fired. All his cronies. That's essentially what they impeached Trump for the second time. Was a phone call, like the quid pro quo. Was it about aid or something? So yeah, if there's any justice in the world, which we know there isn't.
No, think, Billy, is that right? The Azov battalion is the boys that wear the skull and crossbones on their uniform.
Yeah, they're neo-Nazis. And the left do quite happily call me a Nazi just because I don't want my country invaded by fucking third worlders.
Yeah.
They call me a Nazi with no irony in their voice, but they're quite happy to go, yeah, send the other Nazi. They're the good type of Nazi.
Yeah. No, but they're
it's all just it's clown show, circus.
Yeah, no reaction from the scum media. No, that's not even mentioned. The Azov battalion, they were genociding Russian Jews on the border that live on the Ukrainian side of the border.
Yeah, in the Donbass.
The Donbass region, that was it.
They've been firing missiles into that since 2014.
Yeah.
Over 8,000 killed before the invasion.
There's the man himself. His clones
Go
coming up.
on, hello, mate.
Yeah, his clone's about 5 months old now, and it can do this.
Who's 5 months old?
John's clone. We're cloning John. So what else do I have for you? What did you say you wanted to go? Irish media?
Yeah, hold on. I just need to go and get a beer and I need to take up more ibuprofen for my old mouth. I'll be back in two seconds.
This one here is only 14 seconds, guys. He's already seen it, so it doesn't matter. This here freaked me out. You ready?
Maybe no way to explain it, but I think we should contain it before it is too late. I found a thing under the pile of clothes in your room. What is that thing? We may never identify it.
Oh, God, that's like I said to you earlier, that's a £10 sausage in a £5 casing, isn't it?
What the fuck is that?
I think we all know what it really is. What could you possibly use as an excuse for it as well? Oh, it's where I like to keep my coins.
Everyone has it. It's a phoenix.
Put one of them little coin satchels. Take my little drug cocktail.
Oh, that freaked me out.
Unofficial sponsor.
What? My unofficial sponsors.
What's that?
Woodgate.
Magnus.
Woodgate.
Oh, you mean a fake Magnus?
Well, this one.
Well, it looks like a Magnus tin.
This one's made in England. So
you need to be careful. Listen, I'm not going to berate you online. I'll do that offline. You need to be careful because all you're drinking there is sugar, sugar, sugar.
Oh yes.
And I only say it because I care, not because I want to just have a pop at you.
Oh, you're just having a pop.
Yeah, I am just having a fucking pop. You wait till I get you offline as well. I'm really gonna have a go.
Oh, Samuel's on. Samuel.
Hello, Samuel. Is that? That's not Vincent Griffin. It looks like he's. No, it's not, is it? That's a different person, right?
Yeah, different person.
Okay.
Little Bill's in.
I see Niggly Bill's in. One of my favourite people.
Yeah.
He makes me laugh. I love it. I like interacting with Billy, and I like reading Billy's interactions because it's he's a character. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I got a lot of time for Niggling Bill.
Jacinda Harden, that's the one. Jacinda Harden.
Jacinda Harden, yeah.
Bang.
Well, not there she wasn't, but it was still a fucking good size.
Right, have another good one.
God damn it, if that thing gets angry.
Excuse
me. Hell. Proper ankle spanker, wasn't it?
You can imagine her with a thumb on, or one of them, them lady type freaking panty things they wear. When they're really, really thin at the front and skinny up the back, it's like a bit of floss. That thing's probably just hanging out the side.
Well, you have to be. If you were wearing women's knickers, you wouldn't get that in there, would you? Fucking hell, there'd be some pressure on the gusset.
It's like that one that was caught at the airport, and they saw her genitals on the.
Her genitals, come on. They got his cock. It's so fucking. Oh, I saw her penis.
Yeah, the story that came out the last week there, or during the week, was the American dude that was arrested and put in a male prison, and they discovered no, he was put in a male prison, but he identified as a woman. And see, facially, you wouldn't have told the difference.
No.
Implants on the chest, no.
You know, like the whole transvestite thing, right? At least they kind of, although they very, very rarely passed, at least they tried to look feminine. But now they've got like beards, and or like either full beards or got really wispy fucking facial hair. And they go, I'm a woman. And you go, you're not, are you? You're not even doing half the work required. I'm not going to do the work for you.
Yes. No, Mrs. May, she had.
I'm not going to buy into your mental illness fantasy.
Yeah.
And prop it up. And prop you up on this, on this very sad fucking journey you're taking. 42%. 42% attempted suicide rate. Higher than fucking people in concentration camps and higher than black slaves.
Yeah.
You know?
Right, he's ready.
Hey, I thought about concentration camps. Wouldn't it be a good place to send people with ADHD?
Oh, hang on. Still working this crap out here. Where are we at here? This is another Phoenix one.
Phoenix?
The Phoenix one.
A pooja?
A pooja. Ready?
Oh, you love this one.
She lets us swangy on the Ellen Show. But does she even notice that we all can see it poking through her draw? Don't hide Michelle Obama, just release.
Getting a bit of lag on that. I think the Obamas don't like you playing that, mate.
Barack Obama. Oh, then what did?
Michael and I.
We call you Michael. Then why do you deny it? Why you try to hide it when you know we can't see it clear?
And do you think that the country will see the United States will see the first gay?
We have it with Obama. Let's just calm down.
Got it.
You know Michelle is a trans.
I'm sorry, she's a what?
A transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. It's
Yes, we can.
That was buffering for me quite a lot, Rags. I don't know if it was for you where you were. Yeah, I don't know if that got passed on to the audience, but it was buffering quite a lot for me. But that Joan Rivers thing's interesting. I've seen people point that out before. Of course, there could be nothing to it. She used to fucking go under the knife so often. Your body's only good for so many general anesthetics. It goes under real stress when it gets put under. Yeah, so it could have been the fact that look at her. She didn't have any expression, did she? She was. Do you know what though? She was funny, Joan Rivers. I thought she could be quite funny. Well, not really my type of comedy, but when I did see her, it was passable. Hello, Arco Rocks, mate. I watched your video with those big mushrooms the other day, growing in your local park. It's huge, wasn't it? And things like that pop up overnight as well. That's the craziest thing. It's not like you see them there growing and growing and growing. It's like they're not there one day, and the next day, boom, great big fucking mushroom.
You wonder how you get that big that quick.
Yeah. What's Pete and Gad saying?
Obama could have had it off, but he kept it on.
Yeah, well, he obviously likes it, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Bit of farmer's sausage. He likes dicks inside him, not dicks inside her. Just a nice little callback to our video earlier.
Dicks inside. Oh, what time is it? Oh, yeah, it's flying through right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are we going to get? Where did he go?
Thanks, Max. If he wants to jump on for 20 minutes or so. He told me he couldn't make it, but
he was on a walk in the dark forest. He said
he was going for a walk in the dark forest.
Yeah, but he got back.
Rather him than bloody me, well, especially here.
What is this me not saying now?
Oh, we know. Can Mickles translate that for us? I like cider and I like. I like cider and I like. Is that a lyric from one of your songs?
I just dropped that in the link. Thanks, Max, if you want to grab a hand, mate. British Bulldogs, huh?
Hello, sir.
Where is he? Evening, good sir.
Hey.
Hey, Paxi Maxi. It's great to see you, mate. I'm glad you could make it.
Yeah, thank you. Is the chat, is the voice okay? Not the voice, but the loudness.
No, your voice is okay. Your voice is lovely too. It's like it's like golden syrup in my ears.
Well, I don't believe that, but okay, I'll take it. Thank you.
Have you got a cup of tea next to you?
One.
Knew it.
Two.
You're a double dipper, are you? Fair play.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Yeah. The first cup was to get the food down, and the second cup here is to keep my hands warm.
So talk to me about warmth. You're in Germany. You've got a hat on, I see.
Yeah.
Are you trying to keep warm without using your ridiculously? Has your energy prices changed recently too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everything.
Like within the last few months.
It's a free fall upwards in price.
Oh wow! Could you give us some sort of like sort of pricing? Like here you go. Here's my example. Like we were paying about 20 to 30 quid a week electric. Okay. Now our house is heated by heating oil too, so we don't use central heating or anything like that. Like so, it's not electric powered heating.
Right.
Our electric is now at least double that a week.
You see, Max, look, you've got fans. You literally have fans. You should start your
fans. Oh yeah.
I told him this yesterday, and he couldn't quite believe it. I said, didn't I tell you, Mr. Max?
Yes, you did.
I did. See? I know.
What Harold's saying there is that energy problems, question mark, our so-called MLAs tweeted that Northern Ireland residents would be getting, if you top up meter like mine,
£400.
400 quid, you would get 170 if you topped up a fiver. Then the next fiver you topped up, you get another 170, which took you up to 340. And if you topped up another fiver, that would get you your
60
£60 of difference then. So I'm still yet to see it.
It's not going to happen this side of Christmas, I can tell you that much, Ragz. So, Paxmax, going back to your thing. So, do you pay like monthly for your energy bills, or are you on a pay-as-you-go system over there? How's it different?
Yeah, in Germany, no one has any prepaid meters or something like that.
Right, so it's all on a bill.
Some have converted to smart meters, but I'm still on the old spinny disc thing.
Yeah.
And what you do is that you sort of give a projection to your electricity company. Say, I think I'm going to use about 2,000 kilowatt hours or whatever, and then
you get an estimated bill.
Yeah, then you get an estimated bill, and if it's going too far away from your estimate, you can just call in or send an email and say, hey, my actual meter setting at the moment is this, and then they will correct and sort of pre-calculate a new monthly fee.
You've noticed a complete difference now in the price of your electric. Are you gas powered there as well for heating?
Yeah, here at the moment this is gas powered, like natural gas.
Yeah, and has that gone up in price too?
The good thing in Germany so far, not sure how it's gonna last, but what they do is the government actually put like a stop on the price increase, so the market isn't free anymore. It's
so
fixed.
They've capped it.
Yeah, they put a cap on it, and but still it's twice as expensive as last year.
Yeah, that's exactly. Listen, this is exactly the same over here. The government have capped it, but the cap is so much higher than it was.
Yeah. And electricity, that has doubled, and then it sort of doubled again. So at the moment, I'm paying roughly 60 pence per kilowatt hour.
Now, I can't think of how much energy you're going to get for that. I mean, different appliances pull it.
I'm going to get exactly 1 kilowatt hour for 60 pence, okay?
Right. Okay.
I don't know how... You guys say a couple of pounds per month. That says exactly nothing about the amount of energy.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Well, maybe I'm just stupid. I could be stupid, but actually, energy is one of my strong points.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's fair enough. All right. So, what do you see coming down the pipeline for Germany? For the residents of Germany, especially people vulnerable, the elderly and stuff like that, who, pension. Do they have a pension system in Germany? Like like a national pension that you get when you reach a certain age, and everyone gets it regardless. Yeah.
But the age is being pushed upwards, and you can also apply for some extra money for housing if you have a really low pension. If it's so low it's not really survivable, you can get a part of your monthly housing costs.
So the pensions haven't been brought up to date with like cost of living and
exactly. For some people, depending on how much they put in private savings, most people here, they do not even sort of take the German pension system serious. It's a good sort of
because it's not a lot of money, or
no, it's you cannot keep up with your young living style, sort of. You have to reduce your cost when you get older, and so all people here is basically putting their bet on their house. So they work hard as hell, buy a house, invest in the house, make it as nice as possible, and then when they get old, you get you get around 70 or something, and then they sell the house and use that money to live off. That is basically how.
So they would have to go and find somewhere they can rent potentially for the rest of their life.
And they rent for the rest of their life. Yeah, something smaller than a house, because when you're older, you really, it's hard to keep up with the whole house. If you have any physical ailments, if you
do they build housing for the elderly, like we call them bungalows over here, so little 1-story buildings that are easy to get around and stuff.
I have no idea actually how the system is working in Germany for that.
Okay. So what about these ridiculous ideas that they've been touting to the German people who are going to struggle to heat themselves, where they go down to a hall and they dance in an evening to keep warm and stuff? I mean, that sounds crazy to me.
Oh yeah,
like
I got
especially when you've reached pensionable age, you should be able to sit in your warm house of an evening, watch telly, have a gin or a cup of tea, and just relax. Not have to go fucking dance to keep warm. You know?
No. They will have retired people with bad hips going on slippery ice and snow to get to the heating halls.
Heating halls. I mean, this is a thing, isn't it? This is an actual thing. I haven't dreamt this. They're calling them heating halls.
Yeah. I've been getting this leaflet.
Let me just remind everyone: we live in 2022 and not 1922.
Yeah. So I got this leaflet from the government where they say, you could.
No square.
Oh, the no square. I'm not gonna talk about no square. Just try to keep my hands warm. Yeah. So what I got in the mail was what you should do is stock up on food. Expect maybe up to a 10-day situation where you possibly can't buy food or so.
And is this because the German government this week said, 100% we're going to go have blackouts this winter?
No. They hope everything will hold together.
Well, I saw one of your energy ministers quoted that he said, yes, we are advising people that there will be blackouts this winter.
Oh yeah.
We've had the same in England. We've had the same in England too. We've had warnings of blackouts.
Alex, there's a question for you on the screen for 42. Can you see it?
Yeah. You can if you are a good income earner when you're young and healthy, you put money into private pension funds, because what you get from the government is. It's a good starting step, but it's really not survivable unless you.
I think private pensions are going to be the next, and we've been warned about it for years. The index-linked pensions, where they gamble the money, they gamble people's money to get them more money. But I think that's going to go pop with the economy. I don't think we've seen even like a scintilla of how bad the economy is going to get for the world.
I hope. Nice one, Steve Shaw.
Here, the pension scheme, the money that we paid into our pensions for years, and I paid into, you pay through your national insurance and
PAYE,
and then I was paying a private one. And then I was told by the guy in the pension department, he says, your money's gone. Your money's paying the pensions of the people that are retired now. And he says, if Britain doesn't get a massive industry boost and start manufacturing again, by the time you're retirement age, there's fuck all left for you, mate. You know?
Exactly.
So...
Yeah,
and that's what I mean. I mean, you've got the threat of fiat currency going pop at any minute too, right? Because the money printers just keep on printing, which raises inflation. You know, as we know, it's like Group 1 economics, isn't it? So, what do you think? I mean, I don't want to doom people and that, but Mr. Max, I'd like your input on it. What do you think is going to happen? Give me your short-term and long-term predictions of the economy.
Short term, hard to tell.
You think they're just going to keep putting a plaster on it?
I basically don't care. I've taken my money out of stocks and not to having cash is of course also stupid because it loses value. But I think the market is going down faster than the value of money. So I've taken my money out of the stocks and just waiting for a crash or which Dangerfield says you're not supposed to do. But whatever, that's my tactic. So I'm waiting for a nice dip to
buy back in.
What happened in the Democratic Party with the wee guy that's living on an island in a polyamorous relationship with 11 other people?
Oh, FTX. Samuel Bankman as well. Bankman.
Yeah.
Don is a nerd if there ever was one in his basement, in his mother's basement. With his computer.
Oh God, have you seen him when he's being interviewed and you can see he's jacked up on Adderall? He's all like shaking and switching and that like someone on amphetamine would be, you know.
I've only seen I've read more than I've seen, so I haven't seen him.
Have you not seen his beautiful girlfriend, Pax Max?
No, I have no idea.
Oh, she's stunning. She is. She's one of the. Don't go there. Apparently there's a sex tape coming out of that, and that is one I can leave for someone else to watch.
Only FTX.
Right. So long term, Pax Max. You waiting for the dip?
Yeah. If the dip comes long term or short term, and for the long term, really no special plans.
Okay. What do you?
Everything is so volatile. It's impossible to predict.
With predictions, obviously, you're going out on a limb of speculation. What you might not have a thought about it, but what do you think could possibly happen then? Like, what the worst case scenario? What have you got sort of planned for a worst case scenario?
At the moment, it's cash.
Cash is king, right?
Yeah, cash is king. And,
there is a little. I've noticed around here in local shops. Okay, I started to see signs going up saying, "Please, could you pay us in cash, as the service charges for debit cards is costing us a hell of a lot of money." These are like bakeries and butchers and places like that, not the big conglomerates because they can afford to suck that loss up, you know. So people are kind of, I think, waking up to the fact that we do need cash around in this society, and even for little things like teaching kids the value of money with pocket money and treating them when their teeth fall out, and being able to tip your bin man at Christmas and that, all those little things.
What? Tip the bin man?
Yeah, well, they won't be getting a tip this year because they went on strike for 6 weeks, so they can whistle for that. And I hope the money that they've now been made to pay back by the council. Have you heard about this, Ragz? And the postman as well. I hope that it was worth it. I hope that your 6 weeks off was worth it.
It's like this. When we were younger, Mum would have got a bottle of Bush at Christmas, and when the bin men, they only came round once a week, and it was only one bin. It was the metal ones.
Yeah, a big metal one that everything went in, from your ashes from your fire, to your food waste, to your cardboard, to your plastic.
Back then we didn't waste food. Because when you bought a chicken, you kept the bones for stock.
Of course. There wasn't. You didn't need a food waste bin, did you?
No. So she would have went out with a 10-glass bottle of Bush for the bin men, every Christmas. And I kept up the tradition for years. Left them out a 12-pack of beer, Heineken's or whatever was cheapest in freaking Tesco's at the time. But it was just a thank you. See, this year, fucking
that's not at all a tradition here in Germany to leave.
It's not really. It wasn't really a tradition, Pax Max. It was just like a.
Thank you.
I mean, my old man used to tip the postman, the binman, and when we had the milkman as well. There are no milkmen really anymore. Everything. No, there are still milkmen around, but I mean, it was every house, wasn't it?
Yeah, but up around here we still have milkmen.
You have breadmen, didn't you?
We still have breadmen, and there's a fella that does a fish van, a fresh fish van on a Friday.
Oh yeah, and bottles of pop. You get the old main vans round, don't you?
That's right. And there's a fella that does a mobile butchers, especially for out around the rural communities. You just walk up into the back of the van, and there he has fresh steaks and fresh sausages and all stuff he's made up and prepared the night before. And it's not hard to pay, and it tastes a hell of a lot better than the supermarket stuff because it's mass produced, you know, for the supermarkets. And it's, you know, the beef sausage. You buy it, you can make beef sausages yourself, and you put your own ingredients in it, a wee bit of onion, a wee bit of garlic, or whatever. It tastes like a beef sausage. But it tastes like the ones that you buy in the supermarkets taste like from a sawdust in a condom.
Well, they use a lot of filler in them, don't they? In the mass-produced sausages.
Meal, that's right. Meal they put in. And half the stuff you don't know what they're putting in it.
Well, Pac-Max lives in the kingdom of sausages.
Yeah.
Germany's famous for its sausages.
Yeah.
You can't. And I'm hoping to get up to the Belfast Christmas market to go and get a proper.
Don't go.
Go and get a proper German sausage.
It's the same situation in Germany with the sausage thing. If you buy your sausage from these low-cost, high-volume, like Lidl and Aldi, every sausage looks the same, tastes the same, has some weird, odd flavors, a clearly identifiable flavor profile that they are tweaking with some spices and maybe add some mustard seeds or whatever and call it another name. But they all sort of taste the same, bland, pink stuff. And I can't stand it. Once I noticed this weird flavor profile, I just quit them all and said, nah.
So where do you buy your meat from now, Pax-Max? Do you get it from a butcher's?
No, I go to the best store in town basically and buy there.
So is it an independent supermarket or is it a chain one?
Yeah. No, well, they are tied to a chain, but it's still independent and it's like a massive. Right. So
that's what they have over here in Northern Ireland.
Brands of every product, so you can choose.
If you go to the Super Value, they sell a butcher's meat.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. You've got the Euros bars and the places like that, but then they have a independent butchers usually inside them.
Harold makes a point here. He says we used to have a mobile chip bus every Friday and Saturday, but in Korean you have Laverty's that sits up at Harper's Hill every night of the week, or 4 nights a week or something. And we have his son sits with a mobile chip van. He goes to McCosquin from 6 till 7. He's in Secon from 7 till 8, and then from 8 till 10, he's in Ballinamore. And you can get what we call a fat boy, which is a big, massive bucket of chips, chicken goujons in that crispy batter. They're about that size, covered in curry and cheese or gravy and peas or whatever you want for $5. And my kids used to say, this is Friday night treat, guys. Where do you want to go? Do you want to go to McDonald's? Do you want to go to Burger King? Do you want to go to KFC? Or do you want to go to Badgers? Let's go to Badgers. Because they were getting more for their money. And by the time they finished it, they were full. By the time they were teenagers, they were ducking into mine as well when they finished theirs. That's 42. Yeah. That's 43. What did I say?
So in this store in Germany that I go to, it's more like the store is a part of a mall. So in the mall you have not a butcher, but you have like a bread store and the post office and something like that. And then you have those Germans.
But they're not. They're Romanians and Latvians. They're not Germans.
So what about the people who run the market stalls?
Yeah. Sure. Here's one for you. I don't know, Pax, if you have them in. It's literals. And it's all, they sell tools. And you can get a drill or you can get a sander.
Parkside.
Parkside stuff, and it's made in Germany.
I watched a video just the other day about a guy who's bought every single one of them, and he says they're just as good as the other brands.
Yeah, they are. They're brilliant. And there's a guy on YouTube who actually fixes them and rewires the motors and everything, and keeps it going for another couple of years. But here where I live, if they bring out a new tool, I seen it on the on the advertisements, and I fucking have one of them. Now Lidl's opens at 8 o'clock. And by the time I got there, it was 8:30, and there was none left. And I says to the wee girl, local girl, I says, what happened to all them? She says, it's all Eastern Europeans. She says, they come in with the trolley, and they take every single one of them.
Send them home? They're sending them home?
No, they're not sending them home. We have a thing here called Nuts Corner Market on a Sunday, where you can...
Right.
It's like open air market, and you can go and buy stuff. And they have a van load of stuff, literally van loads of this little stuff, selling it at the market with a couple of pound extra added onto it, and making a profit. Anyway, fuck.
I haven't seen that here in Germany. On the other hand, I live a little bit out in the countryside. Not really a city boy.
Yeah.
I kind of like it out.
Sorry. I don't want to ask exactly where you live, Pax Max, but you're not in a city.
No. I'm
are you
outside.
rural? Are you rural or are you more suburban?
It's semi-rural. So it is. It is like a town-ish. But yes. So we got at least some choice of stores and bakeries.
So you live out sort of in the German countryside?
No, semi. It doesn't look like countryside where I live, but it is just next door.
What's it like, the German countryside? I mean, I imagine it's just as beautiful as any countryside, but is it a big farming? Is it every field? Like over here, I'm out and about every day for my job, driving all around my area to a certain radius, and every field you drive past, it's got a sheep or a cow in. It's such big farmland over here because it's a massive exporter of its food. It exports 75% of the produce it makes in Northern Ireland because it only has a very small population, which hopefully stays that way, of 1.8 million, and everywhere is farmland. So you can imagine how much beef, pork, lamb, the chickens, the eggs that come up from over here, and they import 75% of it. Only needs a quarter of what they produce to sustain the people here. Is it the same sort of in Germany? Is it once you're out of the cities, is it just rolling hills and farmland?
Germany has a very varied topography. So it depends on where you are. If you are in the north, it's more flat. I'm sort of in the middle, and here there's just huge hills. I sent a little graph to to Ragnar about my walk today. So when I go to the forest, you're gonna encounter hills. So it's
right.
like 300 meters up and 300 meters down.
Good for the soul, though, right?
Yeah. It really gets you winded going up those hills.
We're meant to be winded. We're meant to be out there blowing. Fair play to you, mate.
It's good.
Yeah, good fair play to you. So just before we say goodbye to you, Pax Max, because we always end on a palate cleanser, and I'm sure Ragz has got one lined up. What's your plans for your Christmas this year? What are you going to do? What's Pax Max's Christmas entail? Because it's a big thing still in Germany, isn't it? Christmas.
Yeah. Every year there's huge Christmas markets in towns. So it's quite a big thing. Yeah. A lot of people.
It keeps it very traditional, right?
Yep.
Excellent. That's good. That's good to hear for now.
Yeah. So at the moment I'm drinking Glühwein tea.
Glühwein tea. Is that literally just hot Glühwein?
No. No drinking today. It's
So
just
it's all the spice. It's all the spices they use.
Yeah.
To spice up the glühwein, yeah.
So it's basically a fruit piece cocktail left over. That sort of you take just dunk a bag in and be over with it. So, but there is no actual tea in it, but they still call it tea here, and I'm a little miffed about that.
Being such an aficionado of the drink from India, I'm sure you are.
Yeah, I mean there is tea, and then there's this fruit punch, warm something.
Fruit tea, yeah.
Yeah, they're not bad. It's just that they call it tea, and that's annoying. So I have to turn every pack over. Is it actually tea in it, or is it just pieces of fruit or leaves?
Tell me, I need to know. I am Pax Max, the Lord of the Tea.
So what was the question? Yeah, traditional Christmas. Yeah, what am I doing for Christmas? I'm not sure. It could either be I'm going to be in a psych ward, or I will be traveling somewhere.
Do you ever go back home?
Not anymore. Not for like 3 years.
Is there a reason for that? Does it not feel like home anymore?
No, it's just that first it was all the problems of travel during Corona times. Since I'm not counted as fully vaccinated, so that put up a lot of stumbling blocks. But mostly it's because I've been feeling ill. So really not that fun to be around.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, mate, and I hope things turn around for you and you start to feel a bit better.
Yeah, I hope so too. It's starting to be better. Yeah, so it's on the up now, and yeah.
Well, listen, Pax Max, thank you for coming on. It was short and sweet as it was. Maybe we'll get you on in the new year to tell a bit more of your story.
Yeah, maybe that, or maybe look at some toys.
Yeah, we can look at some toys. Or if you want to jump on the Christmas stream for 10 minutes, you're more than welcome, mate.
All right.
All right, we'll be in touch.
Sirs, and I bid you goodbye.
Point, my friend.
Right, what do I have for you? What time is it?
He would believe me when I told him that he's really well liked and loved in the community. And I'm glad that people showed that they did.
Here's one for you. And then I'll play something fun before we wrap up. You ready?
Yeah, go for it.
I think there's something you should be acutely aware of, and it's that this government hate you. You really need to understand that. They fucking hate you. For the last 3 years, they have used legislation, they've used the military, and they've used the Gardaí to literally eradicate your civil liberties. And what they're doing now with this war in the Ukraine is they're using it to just explode the population. They're just distributing hundreds of foreigners across the country, and no one has a clue who they are or where they're from. You really need to understand, you're hated. They don't care about the fact that your communities are being decimated. They don't care. There's two people in particular. If you want this to end, you need to target two individuals. If you want the mass movement of foreigners into the country to end, you need to target Helen McEntee, who deserves every bit of grief that comes her way for the rest of her life, and Roderick O'Gorman. Helen McEntee is allowing all of these people in who are breaking the law. They're not being Garda vetted, they have no documentation. She's allowing them to come in. And Roderick O'Gorman, it puts his finger on a map, and that's where they go. He distributes them. If you want it all to stop, target Helen McEntee and target Roderick O'Gorman. They should be the target of your grievances. If you can persuade them, all of this stops.
Hey? It's great that people are noticing.
Are you touching something on your mic?
No, why?
Yeah, it's you. Stay still.
All right. Was it rubbing against something? Is that better now?
Yeah, far better.
Okay. Not me. Anyway.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway. Palette cleanser. Palette cleanser. Palette cleanser.
Have you got the bird I sent you?
What?
Have you got the one of the bird I sent you?
Which one was that?
You know the bird is making all them noises.
I'll have to hook that out.
Don't worry. No, you do it for next week. It's fine. It's not really a palate cleanser. Have you got the one where they're
oh yeah,
protesting outside that hotel?
No, I can't mind. Anyway, we'll finish off.
We'll finish off with next week.
This guy's hilarious.
There's one thing I can't stand. It's a lazy racist. I miss the old racist. You new racists are an embarrassment. I don't want to say it because I'll get banned on TikTok. Be racist, motherfucker. At least the old racists did construction. And they gave us a pyrotechnic show. Right in the front yard. They rode on horses and shit. And wore costumes. You know how hard it is to keep white clean? You couldn't be a lazy racist back in the 50s. You're not even racist with your whole body. Y'all just thumb racist. If I was a racist white man, I'd be ashamed of you. Where's your fucking pride? Saying words like nickels. Shit don't even make no goddamn sense. We're brown, at least we should be pennies. If you want to say it, just say it. Say it with your chest and not with your thumbs.
Right.
It reminds me a bit of that scene from Django Unchained, where they turn up in the Ku Klux things and they haven't got holes for their eyes. He's like, my wife costumes. Right, Rags. Let's just promote our good friend Sensum Communum, who's been in the chat tonight. He supports this. He supports all the shows. So he's a very, very good in that respect. So he's solo tonight, flying solo. So please pop over and give him some love, give him a sub, leave him a comment. And I just want to say before we go, thank you for everyone who tuned in tonight. I'm glad you do. And Rags, I will leave the rest of the goodbye up to you. Good night, everyone.
Yep. Thanks for coming, folks. We will see you all next week, and we have
the angriest of bootnecks. Do you know what I was thinking? If he ever goes like postal and goes on a shooting spree, he's got a fantastic serial killer's name already, isn't he? Like they'd lap that up, wouldn't they? The press. It's the angry bootneck.
Right. I'm going to play us out with our usual here.
And I'm going to go and have my Rishi Sunak special.
Well,